G'day everyone, Master Rabbit here from capsulecomputers.com.au. Today we'll be reviewing a game from Raptisoft Games. It's called Solomon's Keep. Now, Solomon's Keep is an RPG style game for the Apple iPhone, and it's a dual analog control style game. So what we'll do is quickly run through the setup. There's not too much in here. In the setup is sound and music. You can show the dual analog controllers on the screen. You can reset your save game and everything like that. Now, I've gone through and finished the game already, so pretty much when I click on play, it will take me straight into the beginning straight away. Now, when you do load up, you basically for the first time, it gives you an update on everything you see on the screen. So as you can see right there, pretty much, at least here, you can see what you can expect when you're playing the game. You got your little inventory up the top there where it says character information. You got help and information. You got a map of the screen when you're actually traveling through the tower. Your control on the left here is how you move. On the right is your shooting. And over there are your 3 levels of skills. You've got a primary skill, a secondary, and a third level type of skill. Okay, so starting up, basically it will give you a rundown of what's happened. There's an evil, if you want to call him a warlock, or evil wizard who's now caused trouble within the land, and you must destroy him. Now, you've pretty much finished, you kind of left your school. You're pretty much an apprentice of an early apprentice, but you now have to prove yourself to the wizards and to the rest of the world and kill this evil warlock or wizard man. Alright, pretty much as you can see, you've got the control system is not too bad. Now, when you do, one thing I have noticed that I'm not very pretty, like I said, when it does get pretty hectic in the game down in the later levels, when you go into, for example, you press the inventory. This is the inventory, as you can see. You start off, we got some gold. You have a magic key, which is like a town teleporter. So once you get stuck or anything, you can get thrown back. You can jump in, turn the key on, open the little portal, and it'll take you back into town. So that's kind of like a little bit of a save. And also, if you think of it, you can buy items from those wizards that are out there. Now, you've got skills, which you start off with 1, but you can have as many as you like. Every time you level up, you got a random generated type of magic skill selection. So the computer pretty much, the gameplay pretty much knows what you're using the most and always gives you an upgrade to that, like Magic Missile 1, Magic Missile 2, for example. It always gives you that, but there are many other level ups and abilities that you can pick up. Then you've got your statistics. This pretty much tells you what level you're on, the experience to your next level, the damage that you're making at the moment, your resistance to specific things. If you buy your different like rings or use different rings that you have and pass your staff, monsters that you've killed, and the highest floor that you've reached. There are a total of 20 floors, and it does get pretty hard. So that's pretty much the main menu. Now, once you the control systems are not that bad, as you can see, but once you jump in and out of a menu system like that, and see what I'm just doing right now? I'm just moving and it didn't connect very, very quickly. I've got to put myself back on and let go. So that's one thing I've got to let you know, that's a bit of a letdown when you're playing and there's monsters coming at you from left, right and center and you are really getting slammed. You need to have that quick access to the control systems when this sort of thing happens. So it did drive me a little bit crazy, but honestly, apart from that, the gameplay is pretty cool once you're out there and you're playing against when you're in there taking the monsters on. So for example, walk up to one of these little guys here and they tell you that's your name is Cyrus, and he basically gives him a rundown of what's going on, tells him that you have to go into the tower and destroy the evil wizard. So pretty much I'm going to jump out of here. Basically, you've got a final test to basically take on that evil wizard. Then you can talk to one of these guys. This guy here basically tells you that he will help you sell your items and so forth. So I'm not going to take you there further, but you can basically, as you can see, you can buy all sorts of rings and potions and everything, and you can, once you've got the money, you can go in there and upgrade that or change your staff. This one gives you 1 to explode, that one gives you 1 to fireball, and so forth. So it's very simple. There's not too much weapons and not much rings. And the drop, this guy here he helps you update your skill level. So basically you can trade your gold for experience or you can improve your skill. So once you learn those skills, as you can see them all there, you can go in there and buy more or upgrade them, so you don't have to wait for a level to come up. So that's pretty much it. Once that happens, you can leave the village. Leaving the village will take you into the tower, and there's the keep, and there is the ugly looking scary man that we've got to kill at the end of the game. So he will now, as you can see, he's very angry, very, very angry. But let's go in and take him on. So pretty much, as you can see, this is the gameplay, and this is where basically everything happens. You are in a tower, and it's not a dungeon, but it's a tower. So you basically got to go up to the top of the tower, which is 20 levels in total. Now, as you can see, on the left, you got your map, as I told you. Over here is your action. So that's the one that you got. And that's the only magic ability that you have, but if you have more, you can change them by pressing that, and that changes your ability. Here, if I press the map button, that will bring up the map in the middle of the screen. It's not very annoying, it's very simple to use, so I always keep it on so it's easier to maneuver and find out where you are. And that's pretty much it. Now, as you can see, shooting is a very simple thing with the analog, and the magic missile is a recommendation for people who have never played before, because that one basically attacks monsters and pretty much zooms in on them. So if you're not very familiar with the gameplay, or if you're new to these RPG style games, I would recommend using a magic missile on the first game and then changing to other weapons. I actually changed and used a fireball. Fireballs are pretty harder to use, and they do a lot more damage. As you can see, there's a chest, and once you just basically walk up into the chest and you pick up the gold. As you can see, the more gold you pick up, the more things you can buy, and the more things you can experience. You can upgrade your experience levels and so forth. Now, there's little orbs on the ground. Those things give you, the blue ones give you magic back, and the red ones will give you health back. So it's pretty much very, very simple. Now, that is a gameplay. The gameplay basically runs very, very simply. Now, I would recommend playing this on an Apple iPhone 3GS because it does take a long time to load, and you do sometimes even experience a little bit of lag when you're playing on other level, like on specific levels where there's a lot of monsters on the screen. So that is pretty much the gameplay wise. Now all you got to do is get to the end, get through to you can clear out the maps. That's very, very simple. Like I said, you can clear out the maps. Pretty much when you clear out the maps, you're doing it for yourself in a way to upgrade your magic, upgrade your experience. If you want, you can rush all the way through to the top if you like, but to tell you the truth, you will not survive if you do not have enough magic and enough abilities and enough experience, because the last level, the boss at the end of the last level is very, very hard to kill. So there you go. Here's a rundown of what happens when you level up in experience. Now, as you can see, seeing that I was already using Magic Missile and I was explaining this to you beforehand, you can basically upgrade that by just pressing that, and then your magic missiles will then do more damage, as you can see, and will cost a little bit more. So that's a good one. You got the fireball, which I started using, and you've also got lightning. So basically this is the only three you get to select at the end of when you do level up. Now they randomly generate, and I would say that you just basically it's like a lucky dip and a random generator, whatever. So basically when you level up, just hope for the best and hope you get the best skill for your leveling up. So I'm going to just basically choose another one. So for example, fireball. So when I check the fireball right now I can see that I've turned into a fireball, and that basically shoots out fireballs. Now, but if I want to go back and use the magic missile, go in there, choose my magic missile, and I'm back to magic missile. But I would recommend, if you do choose a specific skill, stick with it. So for example, if I would start off with magic missile, I would go in and stay with magic missile to the end, or fireball to the end, but then upgrade other skills like extra mana, fast, speed. Because at the moment, see, he doesn't walk very fast, but that's just part of the gameplay, because if you think of it, they can't make you a superstar, and you can't run really quick at the beginning of every level because you don't have enough skill. So that's another level, that's another perk that you can upgrade and use. And I would say there are lots of different abilities that you can play with, and a lot of different things you can try and check out. So that's pretty much it. That's Solomon's Keep in a rundown of 10 minutes or so. Now, it's available on the iTunes store, Raptisoft software. It is great. It's an excellent game. It's really it's not complicated, but it's very hard to get your head around. So Capsule Computers gives this a 7.5 capsules out of 10. Pick it up from the Apple iTunes store, and that's it. Master Rabbit signing out from capsulecomputers.com.au. Thanks for watching.